On behalf of QN International and the GOV Youth Summit, I would like to welcome you all to the second edition of GOV Youth Summit.
And today we have with us the world's best-selling author on culture and employee engagement, who is also one of the top organizational culture gurus in the world. He has helped many renowned global organizations build high-performance work cultures, and we are ecstatic to have him join us here today. Please welcome our first speaker of the day, Adrian Gostick, joining us live from USA. Over to you, Adrian.
So what can we ask as we meet with our younger workers? Well, first off, lean into their strengths and their motivators. You know, ask ideas like this. This is a great screenshot one. What activities do you look forward to doing most at work? What is it about those tasks that energizes you? What tasks at work frustrate you? And why? What is it about those that's demotivating? Now, it doesn't mean you can stop everything that's demotivating for your younger workers, but maybe there's one or two things that you can give them more of, and maybe one or two things that you might be able to transfer to somebody else that's frustrating them. That kind of job sculpting is incredibly empowering.
Because here in the GCC, more than 60% of people are below the age of 30. It's a huge population, right? And research from the IMF shows that the pandemic has had a disproportionate impact on young people. We know that it has basically disrupted their jobs, it's disrupted their education, their employment prospects, and even their mental health and well-being. So it's really critical that the voices of young people are heard as this more inclusive post-economic recovery continues to take shape.
I think as a leader, it's very important to walk the talk and not hire just a certain profile that looks exactly like you. Ensuring that you can hire a diverse group of people does deliver a very strong message to the organization that this organization is open for all, no matter who you are, where you're from, what your age is, what your background, ethnicity, etc. Female inclusion is one that is very important for us. We've seen a huge progress in the kingdom overall over the last few years. You may have all heard about Vision 2030, and the target was to deliver 30% female employment in 2030, and we, as a whole, as a kingdom, and that target has been delivered already this year.
Requires an extra learning beyond the pure oil and gas domain. That is where actually many times we have a little bit of a bigger forces, let's say, going into the encounter of the youth expectation, because even though they just arrived from university, they need to keep learning.
And people don't get defensive anymore when they get feedback. They understand that failure is okay, that try and error is okay, and they take things constructively from their employees. So he's right, building the right culture and providing the right opportunities to our people are the best ways to retain that.
I am so proud of what Kuwait is doing. I mean, just taking on such an out-of-the-box program. We're the first country in the Arab world, to use positive psychology and positivity in schools.
We have 30% of women are employed in Dubai Police among 23,000 employees. 50% of them are youth. So you can see our organization in Dubai Police is all young leaders, and we're really proud of this diversity.
In addition to developing a more women-friendly business environment, I think it's crucial to prepare women for a more productive and competitive job market in the present, and also more digitized future of work that is highly dependent on technology, on artificial intelligence, and also automation.
So bottom-up approach, leadership role is very important. The transformation of the structure now, unleash the potential, invest in skills, educate, engage, and better jobs.
We've seen all industries and sectors transform, albeit some quite hastily, to a world immersed in digital engagement. Education, commerce, healthcare, transport, the list can and does go on. And yet we are at the beginning of a transformation that transcends the impact of COVID-19. It may have been the unfortunate catalyst for change, but what it has done is foster a clear understanding of and need for robust and available access to a digital future.
When you're going to be doing gamification, it's not about playing games, it's about gamifying your existing work processes. Okay, number two, in order to have objectives, you basically, rather than wait until the objectives are completed, you reverse engineer them so that you get the behaviors, and then you gamify the behaviors, not the objectives.